Yeah, so I forgot that I need to take out my dog. So we're going to do that. There we go. That's not what I wanted. Balsario. Need to add some. That's what I thought. Okay. Yarn add at types. Is it React Router, Dom? No, React Router. What else? We have types node. Yarn add React save dev. I mean, I can pull up my personal site real quick and see. Not what I wanted. I want to add a project. Oh, yeah. So then I can take the front. Nectarine. Let's see what the difference is. Include right. And what are we going to exclude? Yeah. Gotta add the React.js. Gotta add my public folder. Gotta add the index.html file. Good old Nectarine. So what we're going to do, we're adding a TS config file because we need to add a front end part to showcase what Nectarine can do outside of the Kiwi Press and Kiwi Engine environments, how you can add them to your own projects. But we want to screw around with it a little bit. We want to kind of see how it works at its base form and then kind of work with it from there. Let me turn down the music. Let me turn my mic up. Okay. Now we need to add a Webpack to this. Well, that's the other thing I needed to add. I think I need to add the plugin here too. Need to add Webpack as well. All right. Add Webpack, baby. I think TS Loader is another thing we have to add, and CSS. I think. Oh, yeah. That's correct. All that's correct. We just got to add the style loader. Once all that is done. I thought I added TypeScript. Ay, ay, ay. All right. What does the index look like? What? I can't tab now all of a sudden? Okay, that makes no sense. Or I could do it like this, like this. Then what I could do... That was me, Faja. So now what we could do instead of that, just do yarn install instead. That doesn't make sense. No, it's not. You freaking Raya. Oh, no wonder, because it's in JS and not in Nekarine. There we go. That's a little bit better. So therefore, we should be able to open this up now. Come on. I bet you my computer's about to crash. I'm going to give it some time. Ultra lame. I don't want it here anymore. I don't want to delete it. I just want to delete it from my project. See? But it doesn't give me the option to remove it. Oh, yeah, it does. Remove project folder. I'm a doofus. Let's try that again. So we exit. Source. Okay, now we can do new folder. Call it components. New file. Home.tsx rfce rfce rfe rf. Nope. Doesn't have it installed on here. Don't need it anyway. So what we can do is function home page return slash div. Let's add it. Sorry, let's export default function home page. Nothing special. Do import home page from comp home with a capital H. Still working on our dependencies here, which is not a big deal. I wish it would hurry up, though. I wonder if that even works. That's fine. I don't have a .env right now. That makes no sense. So something's up here. Oh, no wonder I didn't change that. Maybe that could be. Maybe not. Can't resolve source index.tsx. No extension. Oh my gosh. Let's see what this means. It does. I wonder if that helps at all. Or okay. Let's see what old ChatGPT has to say. Where's the template? Oh. Let's see if that works. Out of here. Okay, sorry. I went ahead and made myself some soup. What's up, dude? I don't know how long I missed you or if you're still there. I was making myself some soup. And then my parents had stopped by. As you can see, we're trying to resolve Webpack errors. And I don't know if I fixed them in that with that last configuration. No, I didn't. But what's up, man? Your basic white boy chicken noodle with Ritz crackers crunched up in it. God, it's hot. So what you been up to, man? Hey, got a half day today, so it was kind of cold out, so I was gonna warm up my body. But you at work? Are you off? What's up? I probably should let this cool. I'm gonna take another. Best type. So are you like a sysadmin kind of guy for like a company? Is that what you were saying? Or like the tech guy for this company that you work for? And this is currently what we look like on this front page. Oh, fun.
Why isn't my computer working? My mouse is doing something crazy.
Not printing. I click print and it's not printing. Hey, the internet is down. Hey man, come help me with my phone real quick. What's the setting on the My boss is at work. I work at Lowe's. So like they know that I'm like in IT or whatever, and like every time like a system store manager like, hey man, what's the setting for the phone where you shake it and then you turns on the flashlight? I'm like, oh, there's apps out there for both types, but it's Android, blah blah blah, but it's a certain OS or whatever. And then he's like, can you get it on mine? I was like, sure. Well, yeah, for sure. But it's just like, hey, do we have any storms outside? I live in Florida, so it's just like, hey, was it lightning outside? Like, yeah. Mediacom probably had their power go out. Simple things like that. They're like, why isn't the network working? It's like, hey, we live in one of the, I think it was like the world record, like of the most thunderstorms per capita in the world is in Florida. So it's like, yeah, the internet can go down, or the connection to the internet. The internet never goes down. But it must be fun. I know this must be great content watching some dude eat soup off screen. Or on screen. But I'm going to try to crush it. Where it takes like maybe less than. If people are at their house, because lots of people work from home, and the internet being down is less of a murder. Correct. Right, because it's their internet that they can still use. Fun. Y'all have a lot of like where people don't have to be in the office, but or something, or do y'all actually have remote workers? That was a bad idea. Broth has not cooled down. Right on. Right on. Some days, people have to be in the office, like an all hands kind of thing. Sorry, Miss Lady, but you were down there. Nice. Perks of being IT guy or manager. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to disrespect your position. IT manager. I was actually thinking about playing games today. Like, people know that you're doing something, and then, like, here's the point. Like, I don't know why I'm watching soda popping in the browser, but like, you tell somebody you're doing something, and this person normally never contacts you, but the moment you start doing something that you scheduled your time for, they won't stop calling you. That kind of hit the spot. I'm probably a little bit more hungry. Also, I don't like helping people with their personal internet because if anything ever happens in the future, I get blamed for it. Oh, yeah, 100%. Because it could have been something like they walked behind their access point and knocked something out, and then you just plugged it in. The next time the internet goes out, I say, hey, man, what did you do? My internet, it was working fine, and now it's not working. Like, you have to come back over here and fix it. And never-ending circle. Never ending. Static directory. Change that, change that. Oh, extra space. I didn't mean to ask the extra space. Oops. Okay, so those configurations should have supposedly fixed it. It still didn't. Is it the same? Can't resolve JS public index. Oh, it's JS app. Oops, 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 oops. Oops, 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 oops. But are we in the JS directory? Yes. Yeah. Exactly, like literally exactly what you said. Yep. Because I've been there before. Then they just throw in also extra reasons that were never part of the gig in the first place. Like, yeah, well, now it's doing this, this, and this. It's like, well, that has nothing to do with your internet. But it's like, well, no, yeah, it wasn't happening before. It's like, well, that's called bad timing and or another issue. I'm just going to connect your computer back to the internet and let you deal with that other issue. It can't, okay, it's JS, which is that app source index. I'm trying to see if there's any... I wonder if that makes a difference. Less errors this time. We literally halved the errors. At object loader, no inputs were found in input in config file tsconfig. No inputs were found in my tsconfig. Wonder if that was the dealio. Dang it. But I didn't have... of course, I close it. Let's ask good old Chat GPT. And see what it has to say. So what we got planned for the rest of the day? What time does Kilby get off work? What's your usual schedule? Like a 9 to 5 typical? Has incorrect. Well, let me share my TS config with you. Good old Chat GPT. Here is my completed TS config file. It just ain't bad. Like, not at all. But today I have to do some stuff, so I'm off at noon. Pacific Standard Time. So that makes me 2 hours ahead of you. Because I'm in that little sliver of Florida that's still in Central Time. Man, you only... Day's not even halfway over. Or it's at halfway. Yeah. Heck yeah. I knew it had to be somewhere. Something like that. And then where's my web page? Where's my dang... There it is. And then terminal. Ooh. Ooh. Dang it. Okay, here we go. This is better because now it goes with malicious expression expected. An import path can only end with a TSX extension when allowing importing. I didn't have to do it with the other one. Because if we look at my other one, entry, entree. Yep, that is also correct. So what is this? Your path sections contain this. Fix it to source types. Okay. So where's the types? Oh, then my package.json for compiler options. Or is that tsconfig? That's tsconfig. Ah! But I don't have a types folder. Is that a problem? Still? Did ChatGPT say anything about it? Oh. Like that? I only have one error this time. An import path can only end with a TSX extension, blah, 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 blah. Let's see if they go over that. Oh, didn't know that. So you just do this. All right, we got a working app, I'm pretty sure. Yeah! That is what we were talking about, Pulsar. This is Pulsar. This is the community supported fork from Atom. So whenever Atom was originally GitHub's IDE, but when Microsoft bought out GitHub, they started supporting VS Code more. Yeah. And I figured out that I've bloated my VS Code installation with crappy, like unused extensions that I have, and it takes up a whole bunch of memory whenever I load it up. So whenever I want to do multiple windows, if I'm want to do multiple apps but still work in the same window, or you know what I mean, I could just not do the folder hop. But I've actually haven't minded doing the folder hop with the Pulsar. I like it, but it's not as extended or has like as much like plugins or whatever as VS Code does. But that's what happens when you have billions of dollars behind you and you can do whatever you want. But that's, being owned by Microsoft. So now we can start working with Nectarine here. We did basic SQL. I need to add the YAML loader, I'm pretty sure. JS YAML, I think. So let's go back. Change directory. We're in Kiwi, which would be in CitrusWorks / Kiwi / Nectarine. Then package, and but we changed to JS because that's where the package and all that stuff. So add JS YAML, I think is what it is. Save dev. Hey, but what am I making? So Nectarine, this right here, is basically a source of truth application. Let me pause the music so I can think more clearly. Pause. So Nectarine is based on YAML configurations like such, and you can use them on the back end with like environment files to safely store, credentials and things like that. But the goal that got double pasted into that, don't know why. To like, there's like say like with stuff like with WordPress or any like CMS system, like you have queries that are either repetitive or similar, or that contain the same, IDs and columns since you're interacting with the same database, right? So instead of writing this in code and then following a file that tells you here's are the standards and practices for this application, you can just go into something like this to where you have like, say we go into query user, we have a YAML file that has strictly broken down every SQL, not every, but your SQL statements into components like you're almost doing like grammar, like here's the subject, here's the verb, here's the adverb. But so you have a user get user by age, select user's ID name where age is greater than, and then your dynamic value. So that way nothing's hard coded, but it's also separated to where you can, piece it together in a almost object oriented type of way, since YAML is almost basically, user dot get dot users by age. Then you can build your SQL statement with type, easier way to where it's a single source of truth to where you're only editing one time, one file, and then it can be used everywhere. Same thing with the API, same thing YAML. So when you're setting up your API, you can set it up a config file here to reference it from there, so where it's a single source of truth, where you're not hard coding API routes all the time, where you can just use config file, a pre-built config file, or make your own and load it in there. And the same thing with this YAML file. It's a schema for the user's table that you would make. So if you wanted on the fly make table, I mean, you can even write it in a Node.js script if you wanted to, or a bash, whatever. But you would use this config file. So you just user schema.yaml, reference it, and then you can create all the columns for it based. Like this one has a, make it a primary key. This can't be nullable. This has to be unique, and down the, down the line. And then you can get even more like granular with it because, SQL can be more granular. But that's the basic idea of Nectarine, is to have a single source of truth for data models and API schema and just SQL statements overall. We'll get there. It's good in theory, I believe, and I think we can get it working. But we just got to get all the configuration, nitty-gritty stuff all worked out. And like I have this major, I would call it imposter syndrome, because like I don't have a degree of any type, and the school I ended up trying to go to screws me over. Didn't even able not to take one single computing class, get like 5 figures in student loan debt without even touching the program, because I had 5 academic advisors within 5 semesters who were assigned to me after the add drop date every semester that they were assigned to me. Whenever I had to sign myself up for classes to not lose my financial aid, past add drop date, academic advisor contacts me. He's like, "Hey, I'm your new academic advisor. I was in training, blah, blah, blah. Why are you in these classes?" And I have to tell the same spiel of I didn't have an academic advisor that would take an appointment or had an available appointment. And I would try to reach out. They never reached out back to me. And every time it's been a different person. I'm trying to get into this class, blah, blah, blah. And then same thing again the next semester. Like, "Oh, well, we'll try. Contact me at the end of the semester." I was like, okay. Did that like 5 times, where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to drop out. Screw you guys. If you ask me for money, I'm going to sue you. Not sue you, but I'm just going to ignore you. So now I'm trying to make these applications work and not just projects, because I need to make them work in order to put them on a resume in order to get a job at this point in time. So I have to go the long way. But I also feel like I'm like years ahead of where they would be if I was in school, and I would also be pulling out my hair because of how much farther I am ahead of these young bucks, just from learning and just having a true passion for it, honestly. But hey, are you hiring by chance at your company? Like, I don't have to have a big raise in pay. Like, I'm only getting paid $15 an hour right now, so anything is a plus. Oh, it's okay. Closed mouth doesn't get fed, right? I had to ask. Just the chances. It's like, hey, if you need a remote web person or anybody, just keep me in the loop, because you can. And I also wanted to save like VODs and stuff like that. So it's like, hey, here's me actually doing the thing. I'm doing the things. Here's another thing I need to test before we get too deep into this. We need to make sure I can input or import CSS in here. So we'll just do a simple style.css. Let's do everything. Let's just say the H2, it's a font color of red. Close out. And we import style.css. Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. Try it again. Source, style. Well, let's change it to blue to make it refresh. What? It's in there. I wish I could hire a couple of people at my job, but I am the lone dude there. Yeah, man. Most people and companies undervalue IT. They think it's less complicated than it actually is, or like, well, you could just do it all, can't you? Did I mean that? Maybe. I don't see why you have to be so passive aggressive about it. And there's the blue. Okay, so the CSS loader does work. So I can create CSS stuff on the fly and just give the old juice stuff a break. Over here. Do the little shimmy. Oh, go state, go, go state, go, go. Go state, go, go state, go, go. Sorry, that was an MC Hammer reference that terribly landed. Let's see. Now we can pull this up. Pull it over here. Full screen that shiz. Also, did not know, don't care if you don't, or I'm a HelloFresh partner, and if you actually use HelloFresh, the free breakfast for a lifetime, as long as the subscription active code thing is in my panels. They're my sponsor this month. But nonetheless, let's move forward. We need to make sure that the window is popping up in my, where'd it go? Let's add Windar, add learning browser. Oink. Just so we can see the reflected. So center alt should be the same, and it's not. Window, add that, boom. Put it to the back. Go back to center. We're good to go. We're good to go. I got to get back to work, man. Have a good rest of your stream. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. I'm actually glad I actually got to stream. And actually, you got to see me stream. Hey, man, I'm glad you got to see me. Like those guys, typical. Hey, man, so glad to see me. Hey, you working? Are you working hard or hardly working? But yeah, we'll see you soon. And now I can do music because now I fixed the problem. I say I fixed. Yeah, man, I'm going to try to do it more often because before, as you go, I've streamed Monday, Tuesday, was off yesterday because of my mom's birthday, and I also had like a 12-hour day. And I have half days the next 2 days, off Saturday, Sunday, so I should be able to stream another, every day from now on. I'm going to try to get more consistent with it. So we will see you here pretty soon. Okay, bye-bye. All right. So we can always do font family. Well, I do want to use juice so I can do fonts, but let's just stick to the basics right. Arial, or let's just go sans serif or something as a fallback. Font size 2 REMs. That works. And then let's do a container, right? And we'll do with that, we could do margin left, right, top, down, left, right, right? Yeah. So 0 auto. Width 80% of the parent container, which would be root. We want that width to be 90 viewport widths. So now we can go back to home page, component, right? And then we just do class name equals container. And it is centered. So if we went to center, alt screen, right? Pull up Chrome Dev Tools, pull up main, see that the div is nice and centered with our zero auto class within the container. Sweet. It's doing what we want it to do. So let's go back to center. And we're just making the base scaffold for our Nectarine presentation app. So now that I know that works, let's see if we can do import JS. Is that how it works? From JS YAML from JS YAML. Equals expected. Line 1, character 10. So I have to add the types A, yarn, add at types, JS, YAML, save dev. 730, good lord. $16,000. My server's going crazy. Let's just close out of it for right now while we wait for our dependencies to resolve. Our dependencies to resolve.
It's me, baby. Ball. Dog. Hers is.
We need to give you a brushins. Still waiting on my project to resolve. You had the laptop. All right, sweet. I might do some dual coding here. Scoot-a-dum. Let's see who's in the Discord. Oh, I need to be in my live channel. Uh, Give me the list. Okay. It's all working as it should. We're almost there. Come on. Sweet. Resolved. I think. Or maybe just be importing it completely wrong, which I probably am. And I'm completely messing it up. I did it successfully, huh? Well, if I did it successfully, then I'm going to double check my work. Is this correct way of implementing? I have a feeling they're going to say no. A feeling. Deep rooted feeling. But who knows? Who knows? Cool. It is valid. So how would I interact with it? What is the document? Actually, I'll just pull it up. JS YAML docs. Get document or throw exception. Yeah, not really helpful. Is there a more? It's the same README as on your page. There has to be. There we go. I was going to say, there has to be a website of some type to where I can read something. That's what I'm saying. Loader must parse sequence nodes only for this type. Arrays in JS terminology. Other available kinds are scalar and mapping. Well, I don't want to do custom types anyway. How can I see these kinds of like examples in like the wild? Oh, like that. So it's a dump that I want to do. So dumper. YAML.dump object. Require dumper.json. What the fudge, man? Oh, that's just importing the thing. I don't get it so far. But let's see if it can. Let's see what it looks like when it's parsed a Nectarine file, right? Because that's really what we're trying to figure out here. And where's my query? Where's my query? Source SQL. Uh, see if what it looks like. See duplicated key mapping. Where? Line 48. Something like that. Is that possible? Users by ID. Columns. Okay, that's what it looks like. One, two. That could work. Fork me on GitHub. So that's how I know how to change the config file here. So duplicate columns does not work. Do something like that to where we don't have multiple columns or anything that's effing with. So then it comes out in a perfect object. That's what we're going for. Cool. We are on our way. You know, at the 2 hour mark, I might reward myself and play some Marvel Rivals. When I say the 2 hour mark, I mean the hour 35 minute mark. I'm just joking. We're probably doing 2 hours. Because I want to game, man. I haven't gamed in a while. Master Builder. Master Builder. Builder. I was about to say, excuse me. I want to work with this. A YAML file with this JS YAML library. How do I get started? Working with YAML files using JS YAML and JavaScript TypeScript. I did that. So it's telling me to create a dummy function, which is good. I don't want to, so we can store all this stuff. We use a node, the file system. Okay, let's try it. Let's run it. Source. Index. Wrong. Home. And then import fs from fs. Then we're going to create a function called load YAML file, which we do const YAML equals fs read file sync tf8. It's, since I'm in home comp, it's things up. That's home directory. Which has the SQL query equal user query user. SQL query For some reason, Query for now. SQL. Query. I say it goes SQL query. Query SQL query. Don't know how that happened. User. Jeez. User dot YAML. And then we're going to const YAML JS JSOB. Yeah, we'll just do JSOB as object. Then it's JS YAML dot load YAML. Yep. Console dot log JSOB. Turn JSOB. Not going to run an error right now. All I want to do is this right here. Run a paragraph tag. Close that Mo hunch. No, I think it's just with delimiter since we're already in JavaScript. We'll do load. Oh, I didn't have to do. That's supposed to be dynamic. File path. Load YAML. Was that? Dang it, this is all this thing over again. Comp SQL query SQL query SQL query user/user dot. Cut that. Above the return. Going to do const data equals that. Data dot. User dot get. Users by age dot type. Let's see. Can't resolve FS. Did I mean file path? Yeah, probably. Module not found. Error can't resolve FS. Okay, didn't know I had to add that. I thought that was just native. Well, let's do this again. Yarn. Add FS. Have to do this nonsense again. Yes, I did that correct. Convert JavaScript object to YAML. Oh, need to add an interface. Maybe define it above. What helped me out there? Still working there. See if that. Hopefully, it'll just resolve these pretty quickly, and I don't have to deal with this much longer. Come on. Let's see if it helps. No! The fudge, man. I added it.
99 for funny news.
But I can still use it. No, I'm still going to use JSYAML, but I just want to. I'm going to use it on the back end, man. We're still going to fetch it from the API, but I want to use it on the front end first. Dang, man. I don't want to set. I'm only copying this because I just want to see if it works. Incorrect. Don't want to do that. What are you talking about? I'm a gonna make you, shake you, take you. I'm a gonna be the one who breaks you, put the screws to ya. Yeah, my way. Yeah, come on and come on. Come on and make my day. Believe, 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 believe. I'm gonna be the one who breaks you. Put the screws to ya. Yeah, my way. Yeah, come on, come on. Gonna make my day. So, why aren't thou working as I intended you to? Come on and make my day. This was the original homepage app. And while that's figuring that out, let's bring up code. Let's bring up the error of the terminal. Then maybe I will step aside, not maybe, definitely, I will step aside and grab a soda pop and see if it resolves. I sure hope it resolves. BRB. Oh, I need to clear my desk. I know. So basically, in the first step, hey man, just create a backend server real quick. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. Or I didn't want to create a backend server just yet. I wanted to do this on the front end. Fine. gosh. See, this is why I'm trying to create that grapevine automation. Uh-oh. Fun fact, or fun little thing for content thing. Where can I put it in? Marker. Need a marker. Somebody give me a marker. Oh, yeah, marker. Great fine opportunity. So, as we see right here, crafting and scaffolding projects can be a tedious and time consuming matter. So, once we figure out our problems, this is where we can, okay, this is the config file. I need to have this kind of setup. Let's use Grapevine to start our projects. And Grapevine basically is going to be a collection of like bash scripts, CloudFormation templates, Docker files, Docker Compose, YAML files that crafts your environments based on these different files, or even, just freeballing and braining like a command line or another file where you're like, these are the options in the environment that I want, blah, 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 blah. Make my app. And it'll be used in production and stuff like that. So that's what Grapevine is used for, is for automating your infrastructure with things that, tools that are already out there, but even more automated and more controllable. So that's what it looks like we're going to be working on after Marvel Rivals, because we are at the 2-hour mark, and we are going to find a stopping point for this. Let's stop the server, because we're going to have to craft up a more complicated project setup here. But we are making strides. We do have the front end part working to where we can just use the, like it said, the fetch API in order to interact with our own API. That's probably what I should have done to begin with, was started with the back end API server first, and then we would have our front end consume that API. But I was more so getting giddy at seeing how the load YAML stuff worked. But we can see that working with the console log or something like that, with a simpler API structure, not so deep-rooted hierarchy of files. So let's move this over. Save that for now, because we have everything tested and working for our TypeScript application, so we can highlight Nectarine and Grapevine. Oh, that's where it went. No probies. Let's go ahead and exit out of all these extracurricular programs that we won't need. I don't think I have Chrome running as a browser, so let's close that out. I don't have any containers running, so we can quit Docker desktop for now. And that should be the only thing that we need to work on. We'll keep VS Code up. I don't think that'll be a problem. Let's take out Obsidian. And we should be good. Let's take out iTunes, because we're going to listen to game audio. Let's go start a scene. Gaming. Studio mode, gaming. Add a window capture after I open Marvel Rivals. Let's go ahead and change stream information. My gosh. Stop. all that the same. There we go. Bam. Window. Marvel Rivals. Picked. Then we're going to add a video capture device here. Add old webcam. Switch out of studio mode. Here. And then we're just going to click launch, right? Get started here pretty soon. And once we get the game fired up, we'll take a 5-10 minute break so I can stretch my legs. Things like that. Every time, dude. Every stinking time. Let's get it popping, yo. Allow. Shares compiling. Please stand by. Please load. Please, for the love of gosh. Are you busy at 4 today? Yeah, because I'm at home. Put the screws to ya. Yeah, my way. Yeah, come on and come on. Come and make my day. Nope. Come on, Marvel Rivals. What's the dealio? Come on. morbid facts about Freddie Mercury. I know. I want to use Unreal Engine 5. Maybe we'll get in some game dev or something. I don't know. Uh-oh. Scadios. I agree. It's me. Dingle Winks. Are we about to crash? I think. Oh, I have to buy this stuff? Man. Oh, these. Oh, I just want heroes. Magneto. Loki. Huh. Interesting. Tanjiro. I would like to start out with Moon Knight. He looks interesting. We need to try tutorial first. Let me step aside for a second. I'm going to use the bathroom. And also figure out why I don't have full audio in my headphones. It's because of Discord. All good. That's fine. Cool. Yeah, let me step aside. BRB. Oh, Shibuya. 99 seats.
You're currently playing as the Punisher, a powerful duelist. I'll guide you through a test run. Come on, let's get started. Go on and move the camera around to look at the target location. Time to follow the guiding line into the mission area. You can jump over obstacles to reach the target location. Ready? Aim,
Hostiles
fire!
up front.
Press the fire button and take down that nasty robot. Out of ammo?
Rest of you
No
oughta shoot
worries.
faster.
Just press the reload, aim for the head to deal X. Go on! Get close to the enemy and use your
Bad
melee
choices have
attacks.
bad consequences.
Time to follow the guiding line into the mission area. Click once to mark this spot. It's easy.
Destructible
Double
environment
click
here.
to mark your enemy's location.
Something seems fishy
Want to
here.
mark the enemy?
Enemy
Just
target
hold
located.
down the ping key to bring up the wheel and send a quick message.
Hold your horses. It
Time to
takes a
follow the
minute.
guiding line. I'm gonna share my cosmic awareness with you. You'll be able to detect easy-to-damage structures. I call this power Chronovision. You can use Chronovision to observe and destroy structures in an active area. Break through the wall to open a path forward. There we go. Path cleared. Now, you can use Chronovision to observe and destroy structures in an active area. There we go. Path cleared. Now, advance to the next mission area. Final Judgment is your
Heads up,
ultimate
hostiles.
ability. It deals massive damage, but it needs to charge first. Attack those Galactobots to charge it up.
So weak.
More enemies spotted. Unleash your ultimate ability and wipe them out.
Judge, jury, executioner! Lights out for stuff.
Way to
One
go!
going.
You've aced this training session.
I aced it. Hey, Dom. What's happening, brother?
I decided to give myself a reward of playing some Marvel Rivals. I don't know. I literally just finished the tutorial. It wasn't that great of a tutorial. Oh, I'm gonna go through the tutorial. Have you played it before? Have you played it? Have you played Marvel Rivals before? Well, I'm trying to force myself to play. See if I can get into. I mean, I liked Overwatch, you know. But what made Overwatch fun was playing with friends, and I had a few good friends that played Overwatch.
Hey there!